In most gardens, there's around the edges plants that we typically call weeds, but are actually, many of them, very useful for us either as a food or as a medicine. Hi, I'm Maura Gamble from Our Permaculture Life and the Permaculture Education Institute, and welcome back into my permaculture garden for another Live at 5. Now, as I was walking about this morning, I noticed this particular plant here that seems to just be flourishing in and of itself, and it's tropical chickweed. Now, chickweed is one that you may well be familiar in various parts of the world. Some of you may have this one too. It's similar to the chickweed, but it has much broader leaves. And like the chickweed, it's also totally edible. So I wonder whether your gardens, you've been able to get your lettuces going and your salad green going. Maybe you have, maybe you're still struggling to get your garden set up. But often, if you can just find these kind of little weeds in and around the edges, you've got yourself some really great salad greens. So these are excellent on sandwiches as well, as garnishes for all different sorts of foods. You can add them as a cooked green as well as a raw green. So I really encourage you to have a look and to see what are the types of weeds that you have in and around your garden that you might be able to eat. We talked the other day about cobbler's pegs, farmer's friends. So I just noticed there's one here with that. There's also one down here this is just an amaranth that's popped up. So wild amaranth, when they're young, they're also really edible. And so wherever you are, I'm sure that there's weeds that you can start to eat. The thing that's really important to keep in mind though is that really watch where it is that you're harvesting them from, because often around in neighbourhoods here there's places where they get sprayed, or it could be dogs peeing on them, and you don't want that. So make sure that you pick them from a spot that you know, and so in your garden it's a kind of a safe place to do it. But they're wonderful, and they're a really important part of food cultures in many parts of the world, and a really important part of us thinking about how we can create resilient gardens. And instead of being, in a battle with our garden, trying to get rid of weeds here and there, actually think, oh, okay, no, that's not a bad plant. I really appreciate that you're there covering that soil and providing me with food and maybe some organic matter that I can put into a compost if it doesn't have seeds, or possibly into a liquid fertilizer bin if you don't. So maybe another day I might talk a little bit about making liquid fertilizers out of weeds. So enjoy your weeds and come back again tomorrow for another Live at 5. I'll be here in my permaculture garden. And don't forget, there's always resources that are linked below that can help you get your permaculture garden started, and also talk about, well, what is permaculture and how to weave it into your life and your livelihood. So all the links are there, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Catch you tomorrow. Stay